day I saw you, I really
Hey everyone, so this video is going to be my July favorites. I'm going to get right into it. I don't have too much to talk about, but the things that I have, they're awesome, okay? The first thing I'm going to talk about, I was super excited. I didn't plan on buying it. Of course, I didn't plan on buying any of this stuff, but when I was in Vegas, I had like my rollerball perfume of the Elizabeth and James Nirvana Black with me, and when I went to rehab to go to the pool party, they wouldn't let me take it in, so I had to throw it away because I wasn't going to pay $10 to check it because it was like a really tiny bottle. So to make myself feel better, I went into Sephora and I was going to like purchase it, and they didn't have the 1 ounce bottle, only the 1.7 ounce bottle, and I wasn't ready to make that type of commitment. So they had this gift set that included these 3 pieces. So it comes with a body lotion, which I don't really give a darn about. It comes with a roller ball, which is bigger than the one I had. And then it comes with the the 1 fluid ounce bottle. First of all, let's talk about the packaging. I don't know if you can tell, but it has this quilted print to it. Like, it's a glass bottle, but it has this quilted texture to it. It's just super sexy. It has the name written on the side here, black and gold. And then this is what it looks like. I'll list the notes either like in an annotation right here or in the bottom bar as well. This has been like one of my favorite scents for like the past year. It's just super nighttime and sexy to me. Moving on to more makeup related things. I've included these, I think, in a favorites video before. These are the Aveeno Positively Radiant Makeup Removing Wipes. These are the only makeup wipes I've been purchasing for like the past 7 or 8 months. They're just my go-to. They're moist, and I like a more wet makeup removing wipe. And so because it just removes everything, you don't feel like you're tugging at your skin when it has a lot more saturation to it. These words are terrible. Anyway, this one I remove eye makeup with. I don't wear a lot of waterproof makeup like I say, but I wear a lot of long wear makeup. So I like using these to get all my makeup off, including my eye makeup. I do wear contacts, and like I've always said, it doesn't leave that film, that foggy cast over your eyes like sometimes makeup removers do. I don't know, I'm like on the hunt for a good liquid makeup remover. Like, I really have been itching to go back to the Vichy Marcello water that I got from Ulta, but every time I go in there they never have it, and I don't want to order it online, so I just keep picking these up. So if you're in the hunt or in the market for a new makeup remover wipe, I would suggest trying these. Alright, so continuing with the face, I want to talk about the Smashbox Camera Ready BB Cream. I think I've included this in a foundation routine or a favorites video a way long time ago. I've had this bottle for about 2 years, I think, which I probably should have let it go by then, but I was going to get my money's worth. This is in the shade medium. Basically, this is what I've been using recently in place of foundation a lot of days. When I went to Vegas, I pretty much wore this during the daytime. It is a 5-in-1 beauty balm. It's supposed to moisturize, prime, perfect, protect, and control oil. I think this product gives like really good coverage for a BB cream. I have a little bit more like hyperpigmentation on my face than a lot of these BB creams are willing to cover, and this one does a really good job at being lightweight and covering and moisturizing my face and not making me feel super greasy. And this is in the shade medium. I think there are 2 shades that are darker than this. This one is a tinge, like I could be a tinge darker in color, but I want to finish it because there's not much left in here before I move on to another shade. And as far as like an everyday foundation, recently I've just gone back to another favorite, and it's the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I have gotten some color here, and I went and got 330 Toffee Caramel, and I was way too ambitious with that one. I'm not quite at Toffee Caramel yet. So I'm still mixing it with my winter foundation, which is Soft Tan, 228 Soft Tan. So the 2 of these give me the right color, and then it's great coverage. It looks, you know, as natural as foundation can look on the face. It's lightweight. It doesn't clog my pores. It's a really nice foundation. I think it's about $5 or $6 a piece, and yeah, you can't beat that. They make a million colors of this one. All right, so as far as powder, I recently needed to go to a darker powder because basically all these products here, I got some color and then everything I had was no longer working for my face. So I went back to the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Powder and I picked up W7, which is caramel beige. This is just my go-to powder. If I'm in a rut and I'm in a hurry and I don't really know what powder to go to, I always go back to this one. I have it in another shade. That's my winter shade. I've gone through 6 or 7 of these things. It's just really nice. It's lightweight, it gives great coverage, it's great to set your makeup, it's great to touch up, it's great to blot with. It's really inexpensive. It comes in 3 different undertones as well as like 25 different color choices. It's amazing. I have one brush to mention, and I've been using this brush lately to set my under eye concealer. Basically, I started using this to set my under eye concealer because all my other brushes were dirty. Terrible. Anyway, it's the Sedona Lace Luxe Essentials LB05 brush, which I did a review on this Luxe Essentials brush set a while back, but it's a really flat, small face brush. I think it's supposed to be used for like blush if you have tiny cheeks. You could use it for blush. I use it to set my under eyes. You could also use it to highlight, contour, multi-purpose brush. And I took this with me when I went to Vegas because it's nice and tiny to travel with. So I had received a Pacifica eyeshadow duo a while back in an Ipsy bag, and I shattered like my favorite color in that duo, and I was on the hunt to find it again, and Pacifica has it in this quad, this eyeshadow quad here. So basically I bought this quad for this one color right here, which is this gorgeous gold color. I forget the name of these. They don't have them written anywhere. But it's a really nice champagne gold color. You can see it right there. I use it all over the lid. You can use it to highlight the inner corners. You can use it to highlight your face. It's a really pretty shade that I love to use this time of the year. I also really like this color right here, which kind of just looks like a white, but it's definitely a pearlized color that has some purple, pink undertones in it. You know, like that iridescent color that's kind of like everywhere. So you can see it right there. It also comes with this really pretty gray that has purple undertones in it and this purple navy color right here. It's really thin and nice to travel with. Lightweight. I think it might have been about $15, but they're really good eyeshadows. They're pigmented and they blend nicely and they do last a really long time. And I found this at Target. So surprisingly, I only have one lip product to talk about, and it's the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Morocco. I wore this color, I think I wore this when I went to Vegas and I had that like orange red swimsuit on. And I was being all matchy-matchy with my lip color. But it's basically that orange red color. This is my favorite color to wear ever. Ever. These tomato reds, these orange reds, these hot corals. Basically like a blood orange color. Favorite color ever to wear. This is a matte color. It goes on very smooth and pigmented and creamy. It doesn't settle in the fine lines in my lips. It doesn't give me that icky feeling, that icky gumped up stuff in the inside of your lips that some lip colors do, and it lasts a really long time. And yeah, you don't have to worry about this one melting when you're in a hot climate. So lastly, I have 2 highlighters to talk about. One is the one that everything in here, should basically be like my Vegas makeup stuff, because this is like what I had when I went to Vegas, you know, plus or minus a couple things. But anyway, this is the Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Duo, which I know people have mentioned all over YouTube. I really hadn't, I picked it up a while ago, but I really hadn't been using it, and then I just decided to take it with me to Vegas because it's a really nice gold highlight, and I figured I could also use the bronzer as a highlight, you know, or a bronzer or whatever I was going for. So it looks like this. Really beautiful gold that is like crazy pigmented. I mean, it's like liquid poured gold. Like they melted down a bar of gold and put it in this compact to make a highlighter. The bronzer I find is not quite as pigmented actually, but I think if you have a deeper skin tone, that if you mix the two of them, it will give you a really nice highlight. So that's the bronzer right there. It's definitely a bronzer that's has a sheen to it. It's not matte, but the two of them mixed together is just phenomenal. And this, honey, this right here is like a wet glow. It's crazy. It definitely gives you like that wet look, which I didn't care. Even though I was getting oily and I was hot, I was just like, shine baby shine. So the last product I have to talk about has been all over YouTube, Instagram, and I mean like all over, and it is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Champagne Pop. So this is Jaclyn Hill's highlighter, and yeah, there was like, you know, all these questions about, is it gonna look good on women of color? Can I wear it? And yes, girl, yes, you can wear it. Bam, that's it right there. Amazing. This is actually a scary highlighter because you dip your brush in there and there's so much product up there, and you put it up there and it's like stark gold, and you're like, ooh, okay, I didn't know it was gonna be shining, you know, to the heavens. So definitely a little bit of this goes a long way, but it's a beautiful gold color and it's very silky and velvety. It's a great medium whether you have cool tone skin or neutral or warm tone skin, because it has the champagne with the element of a little bit of like white gold in it. It's just a really beautiful color. So pick this up white. And I found mine in store. I went to my local Sephora and they were like, yeah, we had gotten 6 and then we sold out immediately, and then they shipped us like a whole bunch more. So try in store if you don't want to purchase online. If you can't get it online, try it in store. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all this little story because I told this story on Snapchat. Side note, shameless plug, follow me on Snapchat and all my social media, which I have like right here. Well, I noticed that sometimes my online purchases don't always transfer to my like in-store purchases. When I make an online purchase or in-store purchase, I don't always get those points on my Beauty Insider card, and I never really was super pressed about it. And then I was like, you know what, this is ridiculous. I'm spending like, you know, a good amount of money. I should be getting these points or whatever, regardless of how minimal it may seem. I called Sephora's customer service and a guy answered, and he pretty much, this is what he said. They are not transferring your points to your card. And I said, well, you know, I give them the card to scan, and he goes, well, it may appear that they're scanning the card, but they're not really scanning the card. Say what? I was like, sir, I can see them take the card and they scan the card. I mean, are you trying to tell me that they're doing some type of Jedi mind trick and they're like, oh, you didn't really see that? You thought I scanned it, but I didn't really scan it. Because what benefit would they have to gain from not scanning the card? I've already spent the money. They're just giving me points back to use on like teeny tiny little samples and 20% off once a year or something. That didn't make any sense to me. And he was like, your best bet is just to go to the store and get them to take your receipts and go to the store and get them to give you your points. And I was like, well, it's not just one store. This has happened in several different places. And I got really frustrated really quickly. So I was like, okay, thank you, bye. And I hung up. I called my local Sephora, and she was like, well, that doesn't make any sense that he would tell you that. But if you want to bring the receipts in, we'll give you the points. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to call back and hopefully another person will answer, because I'm pretty sure he's not the only person for customer service. I called back and I told the girl my story, and she was like, well, let me just look up your account. And then she said, oh, you have 2 different accounts. So apparently when I first signed up for like Beauty Insider, I get the card. But when I made an online purchase, I don't know, just because I signed in as a guest, I didn't link the account. So I had 2 different accounts that had 2 separate amounts of points or whatever. So basically she linked both of them, and my points went from like 480 to like 1,050 points. Say what? That's twice as many points. Okay, and she was like, yeah, now you qualify for VIB, not just Beauty Insider or whatever, which is like, VIB is like $350 in a calendar year. Let's not talk about how shamed I am that I spent that much money on makeup in a calendar year. But she's like, oh yeah, and you're only like $350 away from VIB Rouge, which is like $1,000 in a calendar year. So you mean to tell me that it is August and I have already spent like $650 in Sephora on makeup and stuff? Moral of the story is, kiddies, don't just rely on that one customer service person. Call back again and see who else you can talk to, and keep track of your points, okay? Because you're spending that money, they should give you the points. I don't have anything else to talk about. It's really late at night. It's like 12 o'clock, but I'm filming because I don't go to work until 7 o'clock tomorrow night, and I'm trying to stay up super late so that I don't wake up at like 11 in the afternoon and try to stay up all day. So I'm gonna try to crank out some more videos. So if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, whether it be here or here, right here. Yeah, hit the subscribe button so that you can be aware of when I upload and you won't miss any videos. And then follow me on my social medias because I update there also. And you can ask me questions and reach me a lot easier there. But yeah, thank you guys so much as always for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.
Baby, 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 from the day I saw you, I really